It's gonna ban that nigga right now. It's gonna be 3 seconds. I took 25 minutes for smoking, turning my weed, and it take 3 seconds to ban you. Be gone! You know what I mean? But nah, though, man. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, J Willie Silly, man. A.K.A. Mr. Take It Easy. For you end up like BZ. But make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch in the description down below. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. Hey, I'm done talking about weed. You know what I'm saying? If you want to keep smoking, bro, keep doing your thing, bro. I'm done talking about it. One thing I realized, and like I said, bro, if you love God, you do what God say. So clearly you don't love God. Honestly, like I said, God says, keep a sober mind because the devil prowls around like a wrong line. So guess what? If you don't love God, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You do what you do at the end of the day, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, at the end of the day, we got the most overrated NBA 2K game. And I'm going to keep it real, man. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, why I see 2K17 on the cover, man. I'm kind of confused on why I see 2K17 on the cover. You must be out your dang mind calling this junk the most overrated NBA 2K game. You know what I'm saying? You know, do you know the Freemason? My dad is a Freemason. You know what I'm saying? My dad literally is a Freemason. You know what I mean? My dad is a swear. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know, I literally, like bro blew a whistle. I'm not finna get deep into this, but bro is a Freemason. You know what I mean? But nah, though, seeing NBA, you know what I mean, 2K17 as a thumbnail pisses me off. You know what I mean? So saying the most overrated NBA 2K game, that right there is blasphemy. Like Stephen A. Smith say blasphemy. Blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the heck you talking about. We finna get straight into the video, though. I ain't gonna lie.
NBA 2K17 is overrated. There, I said it.
There, I said it. There, you're a jackass. What the frick is wrong with this? You know, bro's a jack. There, I said it. Dang, you want to be different so bad, bro. Golly, I can't stand when people want to be different so freaking bad. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Dang, you're a jackass.
Now, before some of you start freaking out, let me be clear.
I'm freaking out.
2K17 wasn't a bad game. It was actually a somewhat decent game hampered by a terrible, terrible launch. And it foreshadowed the upcoming disaster of 2K18, as 2K was creeping closer and closer towards becoming a predatory game. So why is it overrated if it was a solid, well-received game? Overrated doesn't mean bad, it just means this game is remembered more fondly than it should have been. On the game's Wikipedia page, it says the game was released to critical acclaim and is highly regarded as one of the best NBA 2K titles ever. I disagree. Wikipedia articles don't tell the full story, and that's why I'm here. Here's why NBA 2K17 is the most overrated 2K of all time.
Nigga said NBA 2K17 is the most overrated 2K of all time. And you said, look. You said, I agree, not gonna lie. You probably was trash. I'm gonna keep it real. I played this game. So for me, Sunset Beach, Rivet Park, old, bro, heck no. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. And I don't care what you say, bro. You know what I mean? You just want to be different so bad. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? This is not the most overrated NBA 2K game of all time. I disagree for sure. You definitely just want to be different. It's all right.
NBA 2K is a weird series. It's arguably as good as it's ever been in terms of game modes, features, graphics.
It said what?
Series. It's arguably as good as it's ever been in terms of game modes, features, graphics, and gameplay complexity, yet it's still plagued by gameplay issues that ruin the online scene, ruin the offline scene, and it's still using a predatory pay-to-win online model that has no business being in a fully priced game. To many, 2K17 is nostalgic. When modern 2K gets frustrating, you might think back to how awesome 2K17 was. It's easy to see how 2K17 has gained a bit of a misleading reputation in recent years as one of the best 2Ks. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the game, having fond memories of it, or anything like that. Everything I say in this video is my opinion, just like in all my videos.
I realize it's your opinion, but certain opinions, I told y'all, it's certain opinions, man, that it's certain things like, you can't have opinions about. I'm gonna keep it G with you. Like saying 2K17 is overrated, you definitely wasn't in the park. You know what I mean? And you didn't play my career mode. I ain't gonna lie. My career was even fire in 17, bro. Like, bro, ain't gonna cap, bro. Like, low-key pissing me off.
And you have the right to disagree, but I believe that 2K17 was actually a very flawed NBA game. Starting with NBA 2K11, the series hit its stride, and I actually think every title from 11 through 16 was an absolute banger. You can't go wrong picking any of those titles as your personal...
Now this what I agree, 11 and 16 for sure, my nigga, but bro, so say 17 overhyped, that right there is, you know, that right there is...
But something changed when 2K17 released. It released in an unfinished state. For the first time in the series, the game felt rushed.
What?
Perhaps the higher-ups at Take-Two knew they could get away with it, since they could always have the developers patch the game after launch to fix it. And 2K had completely destroyed NBA Live's reputation at the time, so it's not like players were going to play anything else. There was a lack of competition.
Rushed?
When people remember 2K17 fondly, they are probably remembering the final, fully patched version of the game, because if they were there for the game's launch, it was a complete disaster.
I'm gonna keep it real. None of this junk ever happened to me. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. You said the shoot 'em and layup was inconsistent. No, you was just trash. I'm gonna keep it. Like, we could talk about the shooting and what's the name was inconsistent when it comes to certain things. You know, now, you know what I mean? But yeah, you was trash. If you couldn't shoot in 17, you was just garbage. You know what I mean? You had niggas sharpshooters pulling up from half range, from mid courts, bro. You know what I mean? I had a stretch five. Oh my God. When I mean that man was a god amongst the gods amongst the god. You know what I'm saying? That man was a god. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, if you could not green in 2K17, you was garbage.
Launch, 3-pointers would randomly count as 2-pointers. The scoreboard was glitched and...
Yeah, nigga, your Wi-Fi. That's your Wi-Fi, bro. I ain't never had this problem. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never had this problem. All that. If you, bro, I ain't gonna lie. If your court doing this, bro, look.
3-pointers would randomly count as 2.
Look, if your court doing this, bro, yeah, you lagging, bro. That's a lagging problem. That's a Wi-Fi problem.
The scoreboard was glitched and would rarely work properly.
Nigga, did you just tell me to play Fortnite with you, bro? Like, like, are you stupid? Are you stupid? Are you a jackass? Or are you a jackass? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I look like I play Fortnite? Look at me close. Look at me right now. Nigga, do I look like I play Fortnite? Do I look like a Fortnite nigga? Nigga, do I look like I play Fortnite?
The AI was not tuned at all, resulting in a ton of online
using the game
experience. Even playing offline against the CPU was horrible. The AI players wouldn't double team a hot player, they couldn't defend a pick and roll, they would dribble the shot clock down for no reason just to take a last second contested shot, they would step out of bounds with the ball, they would constantly take 3-second violations.
You pissing me off.
Star players didn't play like themselves or stand out at all, and overall playing the CPU was just not fun or challenging.
Bro, it's not about being challenging. See, this nigga was a my career player. Playing the CPU was not fun or challenging. Like, nigga, we not worried about my career. Nigga, we trying to hit the park. Frick is wrong with you, nigga? Like, we not worried about CPUs being challenging. We worried about getting them badges. That's what we worried about. I can tell you was a my career player. It was not challenging or fun. We don't give a dang about that. Matter of fact, we loved it. I loved it. I loved that. I love the CPUs was not challenging. I loved it. You know what I mean? What the freak wrong with you? You feel me? I loved it. I love when the CPU was not playing defense. I loved it. We head straight to the park. You know what I'm saying? I play park. I'm a park nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, Old Town, y'all rep up. Where my Old Town fellas at, y'all? Where my Old Town fellas? Do I got some Old Town rep skis, man? I got some Old Town rep skis. Y'all know I'm Sunset K, man. Y'all know I'm River K, man. I got some Old Town rep skis in the building.
Which may have been intentional to push players towards the...
That's what I love. I love that. I love that.
...heavy online modes. Quick side note, I've noticed that today...
No, wait, this competitive... Look at him. Look how he play. Look at this nigga. This you playing? Is this you?
...online modes. Quick side note...
Oh yeah, that nigga saw.
Today, most players of sports games act like you need to be crazy to play this game, and they never touch offline game mode.
Okay, I'm sorry for pausing the video, but you said I bet I don't go to stage. Hey, can somebody please like tell this nigga that I'm a god at every game I play? See, a lot of y'all niggas don't really know me for real. I need my OG subscribers in here. That's why I hate my channel got banned, cause I'm stuck with you new subscribers. I hate that junk. I hate that junk, bro. I wish my OG subscribers are here so you see I mop the flow with niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all new niggas, like, bro, I hate that junk. I miss my OG subscribers. I really do, gang. I ain't gonna lie. I miss them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? But nah, though, man. You know what I mean? But, bro, you know, like I said, bro, I'm literally a god at every game I play. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm a god at everything I play. You feel me? So if y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, especially Madden. You said, hold on. You said I'm a god at Madden and 2K. That's about it? So I'm not a god at Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a god at Call of Duty. I'm not a god at college football, my boy. Every game that you see, if you're an OG subscriber, name one game I was bad at. You know what I mean? Name one game I was bad at. If you're an OG subscriber, name one game I was bad at. That's why it's so entertaining watching me, because I know how to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Name one game I was bad at, please. You cannot name one game I was bad at. Simple as that. You know what I mean?
I don't believe that playing the CPU is inevitably going to be boring. I think this is a result of game companies no longer focusing
especially on Madden, oh my god,
which leaves it in a poor state. If the AI in these games was focused on just a bit more.
Okay, hold on. So I wasn't a god in Madden. You said college football? So I was not a god at Madden. That's why. So what I want to hear, I was not a god at Madden. I wasn't a god.
Offline play would be a lot better, more engaging, and more challenging. Just like the AI in some of the best single-player video games outside of the sports genre. However, there's no extra microtransactions or money to be made in online modes.
I know y'all lying.
So that's likely why these sports game companies focus most of their attention on online play. Older 2Ks were hard. Go load up 2K11 and play those Jordan challenges against the CPU. It's not easy. 2K17 was when the AI became noticeably worse. And it also was when 2K shifted their focus.
This nigga Shaq just make a...
And the AI became
oh, shoot.
Worse.
I know I would have raged.
It also was when 2K shifted their focus entirely towards online play. This
Tony Parker!
2K's offline simulation core NBA focus, which is what the series was built upon. Now Park and my team were all that mattered.
Nigga, that's all that matters.
Servers. Oh man, it foreshadowed what was to come. It seems like every year at launch now, 2K servers just don't work. That all started with 2K17. That was the first game where servers were noticeably garbage and affected everyone playing the game at launch. Loading times were awful, you'd constantly get kicked out of matches, lag was everywhere, it was a mess. Online play wasn't balanced in the slightest. Everyone would use the Cavs or the Warriors in head-to-head, which meant you'd probably get cheesed if you didn't do the exact same thing. The park wasn't even changed from 2K16. Usually 2K would go all out.
Bro, it don't need to be changed, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? It don't need to be changed. You know what I'm saying? It didn't need to be changed, bro. We was cool, bro. Like, let me go and tell you something real quick, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't play about old 2K, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with you. Bro, we didn't care about changing. We don't want no city. You one of them niggas that want that city jump. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about changing. I ain't gonna lie. We would have been good with Sunset and Rivet and Old Town for the rest of our lives. You know, we asked for no city BS. Don't give a dang about the city. You talking, like I was saying, bro, you're talking about, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about everything but the gameplay. You're talking about lagging and all that. Bro, the game was so far, people didn't care about it. You know what I mean? Honestly. So you're not saying nothing about gameplay. You're just saying, and if you're watching this video, you are a jackass for sure. You know what I mean? But you're not saying nothing about gameplay. You can't tell me that the gameplay wasn't OD. You can't tell me that, bro. You know what I mean? Because I had my hands on it, bro, and I played it personally. So for you to be like the most overrated NBA 2K game, I have a really problem with that. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm low-key offended by this title. You know what I mean? Because when I mean I was a gods of the gods of the gods of the gods, gods. You know what I'm saying? I was a gods. You know what I'm saying? So for you to say something like this, that pisses me off.
New unique park each year, but with 2K17, it was 2K16, but in the evening. Bro, what? Of course 2K17 sold great, was praised by critics, and 2K then had the balls to drop 2K18, the worst 2K ever, which I have a video on if you want to learn more about that design.
I agree!
And what's funny is that none of the reviews on 2K17 you find online mention any of these criticisms. At least today, sports games are in such an poor state that companies
ain't a lot, boy. Justice Young used to be
more critical than usual when reviewing them. But back around the release of 2K17, almost every sports game would receive high praise every year, regardless of whether the game actually deserved it or not. While some may think this isn't a big deal, I think it is, because the real story behind these games gets lost to history. It takes some effort to find actual critiques of this game from launch.
This nigga talking about my career.
They can release unfinished games, and eventually, only the final finished version is what will be remembered.
Said, not gonna lie, you gotta get back on Jakey Rondo. Nigga, did I beat the brakes? Did I beat that nigga? You know what I'm saying? Did I beat bro? Did I not beat that nigga? You know what I'm saying? I already beat that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I already beat that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Jakey Rondo though, but I already handle that nigga. I already handled him. You know what I mean?
17 gave
I handled bro already.
To become
said no. Literally beat that nigga in Madden. I ain't gonna lie, you're bro beat me in college football. I beat the nigga in Madden. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the freak you talking about. That's how I know these niggas do not watch a nigga at all. Literally beat this nigga in Madden. You know what I'm saying? But niggas.
Publisher. That's what happened. Hearing all of this, how could someone
literally
call
beat
2K17 a great game or the best 2K ever? How? Because that happens all the time. Again, this is all mostly my opinion.
I ain't gonna lie, stop me writing in my comment section. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Earlier, how can someone just
easy
disregard all of that? If you bought 2K17 a bit after launch, after the bugs were fixed and the AI was improved, you probably had a way better experience. But even the final version of 2K17 was worse than 2K16. 2K17 wasn't all bad, as I stated at the beginning. It was still a solid game after it was patched and finished post-launch, but overall, things were obviously trending in the wrong direction. So what was good about the game? Gameplay, even post-launch, was just really bad because of the AI. But the graphics, presentation, and depth of the game modes were all still pretty good for 2016. A minor gripe of mine is Blacktop mode. That's the ideal mode to play with friends who come over for local multiplayer. If you
I mean, bro, so was I though, bro. Like, okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I could tell. Like, bro, just started watching me. So was I. Literally beat the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Why you keep like what you bro fan or something? Like fanboy? He used to do the same thing and literally beat him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why you keep talking about this nigga in my chat, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the freak? Bro name just came out of nowhere. It's 1-1, he beat me, I beat him. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
I want to jump into
that nigga called me out. I ain't call that nigga. That nigga called me out.
Whole game. And in 2K16, you had this pretty outdoor court, and all the players wore their in-game uniforms like an old-school all-star game. You know how today the players wear generic t-shirts and the court is super basic, boring, and usually untouched? That started with 2K17. Again, this was
you are?
2K started caring about the offline player and wanted everyone to be playing online so they could spend even more money than the $60 price tag. So once again, what exactly was good about 2K17? My GM and My League were the deepest franchise modes out of any sports game at the time. And even today, 2K17's My League is still at least 10 times more advanced than Madden 23's franchise mode or Madden 19's franchise mode, to give you somewhat of
I ain't gonna lie, what I don't like about the My League, bro, is you gotta invite niggas to the league. I can't stand that. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. It's not better than Madden's franchise. I just like that you can just give niggas the name and niggas can just join. You know what I'm saying?
Comparison, because there's a lack of competition here. It was mostly the same as it was in 2K16, but it was still a great mode. The commentary and presentation were also the best out of any sports game at the time, and while it could get repetitive, again, for 2016 it was pretty good. Gameplay could be fun, the rosters were cool, but again, I just find it to be a downgrade from previous 2Ks. I would much rather play 2K16 than 17.
Oh, for sure.
I would rather play 2K23 than 17.
Is funny, bro. They were like, you was hilarious. Like, did this jackass just say what I thought he just said? You say you rather play what? You say you rather play 23? Oh my God, buddy. Funny, they just give anybody a name now, do they? They just give anybody a voice, huh? That boy say he rather play 23 than 17. Woo, you funny, boy. You was hilarious.
I'd rather play 2K16 than 17. I would rather play 2K23 than 17. But to be fair, I would probably play 2K17 over games like 2K18 or 2K20.
You will probably, like, that's crazy. So you will play so you'll play 23 over 17, but you wouldn't play 20 over 17. I ain't gonna lie, saying 20 over 17 is crazy to me, but I would have reacted way lesser, bro, if you would have said 20. You know what I'm saying? Like if you would have said 20, I would have been like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Heck no, but you know, 20 was 5 for sure. 20 was 5. I ain't gonna lie, I give 20. I mess with 20. Nigga said 23. Nigga said I probably played 2K17 over 18 and 20.
See, I'm having trouble giving this game much praise at all. This is a game that actually kind of
just want to be different
me because I can tell exactly what Take-Two was doing. They were pushing the envelope to see if they could get away with less effort and resources put into the game, and it worked. It sold extremely well and encouraged 2K18 to happen. Luckily, 2K18 was trashed and 2K19 was a decent recovery, but I don't think
2K19 was decent
ever since.
2K20 was fine.
Taken advantage of by sports video game companies.
2K19 was good too.
I loved 2K17 at launch. And while I won't go as far as to say the history of this game has been censored, it is definitely hard to find when the Wikipedia page in reviews from its release are nothing but positive.
It was positive.
Where people fondly talk about sports games from a few years ago. Right now, people are feeling nostalgic about 2019, before the pandemic, and I see a lot of NBA 2K20 praise. That game was also universally hated at launch.
Bro, 2K20, bro. Oh my God, what are you talking about?
20 praise. That game was also universally hated.
That man said 25 showed who Comp for real loved it. 25 was the most terrible 2K I've ever in my life experienced. You know what I mean? I was a dog. I swear people think just because a nigga say the game trash that a nigga was like bad. I got proof that I wasn't trash. Like but niggas know, y'all niggas know I'm not trash at the game. The jump was the worst 2K I've ever played in my life. 2K25 had nothing to do with skill at all. That game is garbage.
At launch, just like almost every
game
2K
is trash.
After 17. Are you truly far?
Whole bunch of rim runners. Whole bunch of rim runners.
Or just the memories from that time period.
Game is garbage.
The rosters and teams of 2K17 are nostalgic to me. Kobe Bryant is still in the game. Jeremy Lin is his teammate. Paul George was still on the Pacers. It was a different vibe, and it's cool to go back to. But if we are being objective, yeah, 2K17.
The freak, nigga.
Cool to go back to. But if we are being objective, yeah, 2K17.
I was finna say, I know this nigga. He bounced off something, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That doesn't mean you guys can't or
like, this nigga just
find any enjoyment in it.
Went between his leg and
trying to keep it real with you guys. This was the start of 2K's fall from grace from the eye of its player base, regardless of how much praise it received from journalists at the time. It was a sign of things to come, a warning.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it real. Nobody's agreeing with you. I haven't seen nobody in my chat agree with you yet, brother. You know what I mean? Nobody's agreeing with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? If anybody else, I'm gonna look at the comment section. If anybody else agree with this nigga, you were trash.
Honestly, the series is still
don't agree with
issues that stem from 2K17.
At all.
Thanks for watching.
Let me go and see the comment section, because definitely, you know what I'm saying? Definitely is a jackass. Let me go and see right quick. You know what I'm saying?